My daughter's in the chair and she's already cringed out. This is gonna be so great.
Slight change of plan.
Better than my drippy cheese in my lunch link. The drippiest pattern. Hey everyone, I'm Leanne, the maker behind Cozy.Ly.Crafts. I'm a disabled crocheter who's trying to find a way to make part-time income that accommodates my life with POTS, lupus, and various other chronic conditions. At my last market, I noticed that teens and tweens are the ones who are interacting the most with my stalls, and even some like young women in their early 20s. So I wanted to do a roundup of crochet patterns that Gen Alpha and above would be interested in. But let's be real, I am like either an elder millennial or like a baby Gen Xer, 1980. I'm like right on the cusp between those two generations. So I've got absolutely no cred with Gen Alpha. As a matter of fact, making my Gen Alpha cringe is like one of my guilty pleasures. So since I have zero cred with this generation, that is why I called in the experts, my two opinionated Gen Alpha daughters. And with their help, I'm hoping to get the honest reviews of the patterns that I've chosen. So today is a snow day. Everybody's home. We've been home for a long weekend plus a snow day, so it feels like a little March break. So we're gonna just have some fun with it and just do a challenge. So I've chosen 10 patterns, and here are the rules of engagement. So the patterns had to be things that I believed were saleable, so things that I could make at a market and possibly sell. It didn't look like it would take too long or be too complicated. The pattern has to be free, and last but not least, I have to actually want to make it because no one wants to make annoying patterns. So those are my 3 criteria, and I'm gonna show them to my daughters and ask them to take the survey, and they're going to ultimately rate each pattern on a scale of 1 to 5 drips. And then the drippiest patterns, as chosen by my kids, are my next crochet makes that I'll make, and I'll sorry. My daughter's in the chair and she's already cringed out. This is gonna be so great. Anyway, the most highly rated patterns I will make, and I will share them with you in my video next week. So stay tuned for that. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Okay guys, so slight change of plan, or rather slight change of venue. After I had taped that first intro clip, I was going to get set up in our living room and we were going to do it, but my nurse came to change the dressing on my PICC line, which gives me hydration therapy every day, and something happened and I had a little turn, and I started doing my half passing out shaking situation, and so when that happens, it's better for me to have a break from being upright. Maybe just I'll slowly try to do it as the afternoon goes on. So we're gonna get set up in my bedroom, and I'll still go through with the kids during that time.
Okay, the numbers are in. Me and my girls had so much fun snuggled up on the bed during a snow day and just being silly, and I really get a special joy out of cringing my kids out by using Gen Alpha speak, so we just had a blast and it was super fun. Okay, so I'm going to present each pattern in the same order as I presented it to my very extensive sampling of the Gen Alpha population, and then we can add it to the leaderboard. I hope that I'm able to actually do a nice animation to swoop that in, but I'm still a noob, people. Well, I don't know. Then I'll add it to the leaderboard, and once it's all tallied up, then I will choose the top drippiest patterns to make and share, among others, in my video for next week. So the first pattern that I'll present is the Flower Claw Clip by Blondie. She has a tutorial on YouTube, And I really like this pattern because it's a crochet twist on a really trendy hair accessory, the claw clip. And I think that these little like puffy flower stitches are really simple. They're really like portable, super great, like little like scrap busters. And they're really addictive. Like once you get going, you just want to like make a carpet out of it, or at least I do. So that's what I really enjoyed about this pattern. But when asked, how drippy is this pattern? Is it giving sleigh or mid? My one Gen Alpha said, it's giving sleigh fam, better than my drippy cheese and my lunchly. Hands up Riz, so much Riz. Def Mog better than Huz. I really hope I'm not swearing. I'm gonna look that up and I will bleep myself if I did. I don't know what that means. But
this is like girls. And I got you saying that's on live TV.
Okay, so one of my Gen Alphas rated this 3 drips, while my other Gen Alpha rated this 2.7 Sigma stars.
I got you saying that too.
I have great kids.
She's right, you know.
Second pattern that I presented was this crocheted choker from the Corner of Craft, also on YouTube. And I really like this. This is like giving me flashbacks to like the 90s when I was a teenager, like these kind of chokers that kind of had a little Victorian flavor to them were really popular. And I love both that like nostalgia of the teen years and the possibility of like Victorian dress. It's just really, historical dress is just something I really like. So when asked, is this pattern straight fire or low-key mid? Rate the vibes. My Gen Alpha says, it's not puppies, but it's not an emo walk in the rain. They rated it 3 drips in 3.4 skibbity points. Again, I don't know what those are, but it made a total of 3.2 drips. So this pattern bumps itself up into first place. Ta-da! Hopefully there was a good animation there. Number 3, Moon Pillow by Beautiful Dawn Designs blog. I think this is super cute. I would genuinely really like to have one myself. Like I think it looks so cute on this couch. And I like that it's just like, looks like just like kind of a simple, cleverly designed circle or half circle, and there's no color changes. So it looks like easy peasy, right? So when I asked my Gen Alphas, is this pattern straight up goated or kind of mid? Rate the drip. The highlights are, this looks like a cheese croissant. I could really go for a cheese croissant. Also, it's giving it's giving drippy cheese, but impressed. I don't know if it's good or not. Anyway, the scores came out to be
good.
2 drips or 4.5 Rizzler stars for a total of 3.25 drips. And with a 0.5 drip lead, the Moon Pillow rises into first place, hopefully. Number 4 was Velvet Dreams Sleep Mask by HelloHappy.net. And what I loved about this pattern is I think it's super cute. I considered it for my Valentine's Day market. I love that it's made out of velvet yarn. I think it would just be like so soft and like nice on the skin. And I like the way the heart's kind of like, it's like the perfect shape. Like it goes like nicely like around your eyes. There's like good space for the bridge of your nose without there being like ways for the light to get in. Anyway, I'm a bit of an eye mask connoisseur, but I thought these look like really cute. When asked, is this pattern giving ultimate sleigh or kind of mid? My Gen Alphas responded, too much Ohio for a year. And it's the stuff of nightmares, which I think is like super unfair. But anyway, scores are -1 drips or 0.4 cringe points, which again is robbery. And I actually may just make this pattern to prove them wrong. So we will see. Number 5 were these mini star keychains from the redagapeblog.com. I think this pattern is super light. It just looks like a super fun and easy like market make. I think you could do it with just about any weight of yarn. And the whole pattern is 10 rows. I think maybe one more row to like go around, but that would just be super quick. And so it could be a piece that you could sell for like relatively inexpensively at market. So I really like that. So when asked, is this pattern certified slay or giving I'd rather touch grass? My Gen Alphas responded Sigma, 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 all caps. They rated it 5 drips or 4.7 stars. And this one shoots right up to the top of the list. Number 6 are the chunky fingerless gloves by lovableloops.com. And I love this pattern because, again, it's another excuse to use Woolies Thick and Quick, which I really like as a yarn. I think it would be good for market make. It looks super cozy. And teenagers, like, fingerless gloves are like great because you can like still have your hands warm and still be on your phone, which I think is like important to a lot of teens. So I thought these would be really great and quick and easy to make. When asked, is this plant serving iconic or is it straight up giving delete this? The highlighted response is straight up delete from this universe.
Not the face. The face.
It was rated 1 drip or 0.01 cringe cents.
That was genius.
Which is not a thing. So for a total of 0.5 drips. So this one creeps in at number 5 out of 6, which is robbery. But anyway. Number 7 is the Coquette Aesthetic Bow Pillow by SarahFaithCrafts.com. And I think this pillow is absolutely adorable. I think it will look great on my couch. I think it will look great in any bedroom. I think that anybody who likes kind of that coquette style would be all about it. It's sculptural. It looks like a fun pattern to make. Like it's clever the way that she gets the bow shape out of it. So I really want to make it. And it just takes 1 skein of burlap blanket yarn, which if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know I have quite a bit of at the moment. When asked, is this pattern straight up eating or is it giving nah, I'm logging off? My Gen Alphas responded, this is not trash, but it's not that fairy tale princess dream pillow either. But I would argue that it is in fact a princess fairy tale dream pillow, but again, it's not my generation. This one was rated 2 drips or a -10 aura stars for a total of -4 drips, and means that this pattern debuts at number 7. Number 8 are leg warmers by Omazing Paige on YouTube. And I really like this pattern because I think it would translate well to chunky yarn, like a Woolies yarn maybe. And so I think that they'd be saleable for that reason. And I also think that they will genuinely save my sweaters, as one of my Gen Alphas has been asking if there was any sweaters I didn't want anymore so she can cut the arms off and turn them into leg warmers. So I'm hoping that we don't need to do that and that these will do the trick.
Still want those sweaters.
No. When asked, is this pattern giving heat or should we throw it in the bin and forget it ever existed? My Gen Alphas responded, it's getting 10 out of 10. Please make me 4 exclamation marks. So this pattern got a score of 5 drips and 4.9 stars for a total of 4.95 drips, which means this guy is bumping everybody else down and it takes the top spot. So this one's a winner, I guess. Number 9 is this mini tumbler by Stacy makes. It's also a YouTube tutorial. I really like it because it looks quick and easy, another one of those kind of stash busters or scrap bag yarn projects. And so I think this would do really well. I think it's also like a cute crochet twist on a trending object. And so anyway, I think it's really cute. When asked on a scale of lit to meh, how is this pattern vibing? My Gen Alpha said, oh my gosh, you're literally not serving at all. I am literally flabbergasted. I didn't even know my kids knew the word flabbergasted, so that's good. This pattern was rated 3 drips and 0.4 Ohio points, which again is not supposed to be a thing in this challenge. But when you total it together, it makes a total of 1.7 drips. Okay, so adding this one to the list, voila. Number 10, which is last but definitely not least, is this pattern for a plush bear tray by Crochet Carpenter. And I really love this because, here's why I love this and I don't love this. When I saw these trays trending online, I literally was like, oh, that'd be so cute, but it's not really saleable for markets. And then I was supposed to be sleeping, but my brain decided to go like, Excelsior, like let's do that pattern. And I was trying to figure out like how I would do it, and I started designing it. And like when I'm supposed to be sleeping, I'm just like laying in my bed in the dark and designing it in my brain. Does anybody else do this? Anyway, so I really wanted to do it, but I was like, you know what, I'll do some research first. And when I typed in a quick search, this came up. And Crochet Carpenter is an amazing creator on Instagram, and I really love him. So of course he thought of this because he's super creative and great. So anyway, this pattern is available for free, of course, on Instagram. And when asked, is this pattern a vibe or are we hitting the skip button here? My Gen Alphas responded, it's so cute, yay, I love it, yeah. Lots of exclamation points. This pattern was rated 10 drips or 0 aura points. Neither of those is following the rules. Anyway, which gives it a total of 5 drips and therefore pops over into the top spot. So I guess we saved the best for last. Awesome. So this pattern came out as the drippiest pattern in my super scientific survey. As you might have noticed with some of the scoring, I have 2 daughters that have very different tastes, and so that's why sometimes you have super high on one end and super low on the other, which I think is great. So the other thing that was cool is the way the leaderboard worked out is that we actually had the one girl's very favorite pattern and the other girl's favorite pattern, and then both of their second pattern in the top 3. The leg warmers and the bear plush tray and those amigurumi star keychains were all their favorites. So I've decided that I'm going to make the top 3 patterns, and I'll show you those along with my review of actually making them. And share some other things that I've been making in my video next week. Until then, stay chronically crafty, my dears. Bye. Until then, stay chronically crafty, my loves, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
My dears.
Okay, I can try it. Do you want me to do it that way?
Yeah, because
Okay.
my loves just sounds a little weird.
You're supposed to love everyone. Number 7 is the Coquette.